Okay. Here we go. Okay, just checking that audio is working perfectly fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Trails in the Sky the Third. Last time we went around, did some looking into the doors that we've seen. Got to know a bit more about what was happening with Zin between the events of this game and the end of second chapter. And let me check the notebook real quick. That's the wrong button. Sorry, I've been playing Cold Steel 4 in between streams, and now my brain is using Cold Steel bindings instead of Sky ones. Yippee! Where are they? Yes, they are. We went and did Star Door 2, Star Door 4, and we can technically do Sun Door 3. But yeah, we'll get to the end of that one eventually. Because we must. Because we must. That all being said, apparently the algorithm favors me if I tell you to do this sooner rather than later, so subscriptions, likes, comments, all the important engagement stuff helps keep me up in the algorithm. If you could take a moment just to do one of them, that'd be very nice. With the corporate shilling out the way, let's get back onto the road. I'm going to be having, not Mueller, but Josette as our partner, support partner, whatever the word is. What words and names mean blah? And we can move on back to Leloc. Leloc. Everybody has been outfitted. I don't remember if I've changed it from last stream to this stream, because it's been a little while since I've had the game open. But here we are. And let's get out there! We're going to head off to Balstar Channel. Okay, mouse, if you want to get off my screen now, that'd be cool. So, we did poke our toes into Balstar Channel a little while ago last time. But now we're going to give the whole thing a proper do-over. I'm just going to back up. Mirage weakness. Okay. Cool. Give me just a minute to get my brain re-engaged here, folks, and I will be with you. I've probably already forgotten to do something very important, which honestly wouldn't surprise me. Ascension, just dispose of the rat. Easy peasy. Oh, and a level up. Huzzah. I don't think I need to move this one. His levels will keep their, Levers will keep their positions preserved between visits. Specifically, there is a lever on the right side that we need to hit. What am I doing? Augment menu. There we go. Want to return to the original position and then shift right. as now that we actually intend on fully exploring this place, we're going to need to head over this way. It is a dead end, but we do still need to go down it anyway, because there is an important item and other important items in this section that we need, annoyingly enough. Diamond boost. How low is that rat gonna be? I don't know. Oh, yeah, that low. Alright. Just Kevin and Joshua do the whole thing. Why not? Get all the way over there. And now we enter this room. Want to walk down following this path, and then flip this lever. And just like how in SC, that lowers the water level, this instead lowers the lava level, which means we can actually trot around on the floor down there. But, go figure, there's some stuff we need to do first. It seems like you want to flip that lever to the right first. That is not the case. What you actually want to do is flip it to the left first. Because if you do, a chest spawns in that spot. Then you can flip the lever back to the right, and you've got the path to move over that way. Huzzah, huzzay! Yippee, hooray! Got some more common encounters that you should still probably deal with, as annoying as they may be. Pacha! And then we can just boot the last one. Gibbity Bolton, da da. Kevin gets Sacred Breath too, which is not as useful as it seems. And there we get heat-resistant boots. Don't spend it all in one place. Run along now. Do you note how Olivier also has heat-resistant boots on? Well, if you take a dip into the lava, you'll notice that Kevin loses a lot of his health over time, just by standing in it. However, if we switch Olivier into the front, you'll notice that he takes much less damage because he's wearing the heat-resistant boots. They aren't a necessity for getting through this place, so don't, you know, stick completely rigidly to them being like a necessary thing to hold on to. There's no need to mess up your pre-existing equipment setups if they don't fit in. It's just something nice that you might want to consider. Anyway, if you shimmy your way along this outer edge, you can get access to these chests here. Get a reviving bomb, an EP charge, and heat-resistant boots out of the optional chest. If you went to the top section, or not the top section, the left section, when you had your first visit, you should now have 3 pairs, and we'll be getting the 4th one very soon. Just prep some blue impacts, attack with people who you want to have CP, that's all good. You can also make use of Olivier's very vast EP pool to heal up your characters whenever you step through the lava. Yeah, lava, words. Blah, 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 blah. Lower that lever, that chest appears. Step up to it, you get the Skull Pendant Plus. And I thought letting you rob me would have been enough to get rid of you. So if we go into equipment, the Skull Pendant Plus gives plus 50 arts attack, plus 5 speed, and prevents death blows. Quite nifty. Quite nifty. Now this douchebag, the Great Abyss. A bug with a giant body that subsists on lava, causes localized earthquakes when attacked. If you hit it, it will counter with an AoE earthquake that hits the whole field, which is very bloody annoying. So you want to make sure that all of the other enemies are dealt with before it has access to using that attack. Easiest way of doing this is just blue impacting all the surrounding enemies. I'm gonna... what am I gonna do with Kevin? I guess I could show off Sacred Breath too, which recovers 5,500 HP and heals all ailments. It's neat. It's certainly more useful than anything you were probably doing already. Gonna Ascension you. And now that I've gotten the seal off on it, it shouldn't be able to use its counterattack. I don't think. I can, of course, check. But I don't think it can. Use a flicker to get through that. Boop. And once it's in the sealed state, you can just kind of beat the snot out of it. I believe these things can also be fainted, so there's a potential niche use for Josette if you feel so inclined. Anyway, down it goes. The one annoying thing about this place is just the lava, pretty much. It's a pain in the nuts to navigate, but once you've got it down, you probably won't have any further issues. It's just getting used to it. I have not managed to seal the Great Abyss, so you're about to find out what happens when you don't do that. Here we go. Unless it freezes. Oh! Yeah, that. So, not a particularly fun experience. But honestly, it's also not too bad. What you do have to watch out for is your imminent demise by burning. You can't go below 1 HP by doing this, as you can see. But obviously getting into an encounter while at 1 HP can only lead to bad things. So you still do need to be kind of cautious about your travel through the area, but it's not like a life and death thing if you're paying attention to your HP. As 2 Lartieras at this point is pretty much enough to heal to full. As long as you've got an EP charge on you, you are always full health. Slug probably just gonna ready arts if I had to make an educated guess. If it doesn't, that's fine too. 99. More EP for us. I do, however, recommend that once you've done that side, there's nothing else in that section that you need to go and get. So if you want to leave to go and heal or something, this is probably the best opportunity to do so. And by the time you've gotten through all the fights in that room, the CP regeneration pool on the left side of the Hermit's Garden should be refreshed. Lo and behold. And then you can heal up at the fountain and get ready to explore the rest of the dungeon. That's just how I choose to tackle it. Some people might prefer to do the rest of the section first, up until Star Door 5, which is coming up in the next area of the dungeon. But personally, I do it that way around. Just because it's what I know. Quick compliments while we're just passing back through familiar territory to the area music. I think it's Illusory Blue Flowers or something. Dear God, this is probably one of my favorite tracks in the OST. But if you didn't come and get the heat-resistant boots before, they will be down here. As long as you have flipped the lever down there to the right side at least once, that chest will pop up. And in we go. This is like the meat and potatoes of the dungeon. You want to pull this lever to the left to make that chest spawn, and then flick it to the right to move that. Why did I just flick down? Want to push to the right to move that drawbridge out. I don't know why I said drawbridge, but drawbridge. And get your last pair of heat-resistant boots. So you now have one for each member of your party if you feel inclined to equip them. Which I think I'll probably do for now. You don't really need them after you get out of this dungeon, so no pressure, honestly. If you don't find them, don't worry about it. And now we have to navigate this way. You get fragrant juice. Damn you, non-tax deductible chests. Lower the lever and drain the lava. Apologies for that weird silence, just had to take some of my drink. Yippee! Push the lever to the left. That spawns that chest. And then you want to push it over to the right to make that drawbridge come out. Then if you come back and open this chest, you get the Dragon Tree jumpsuit. Warning, do not store children or other living creatures in chest. Ha 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 ha. There are those of you who know and those of you who don't. Anyway, the Dragon Tree jumpsuit is plus 15 arts defense, plus 5 agility, plus 700 defense. It's nice, honestly. But if you already have room for stuff like the Crimson Eye on your Arts Caster's kit, there's not really a need to give it to them. If you farmed for Kaleido Armor like I did, you also probably don't need it. So the best general use is assumedly on either Joshua or Kevin, depending on who you have, if you don't already have Kaleido Armor for them. I'm just trying to decide on who I want to give it to here. Probably Joshua, just because he's quite lacking with Art's defense, but that's just the way it happened. No need to think too deeply on it. You can see here that my health isn't draining too rapidly. It's about 50 a tick instead of 200. The noise can get a little annoying though, to be honest. And you just want to go for AoE water arts on most of these guys. Setting up a Larcrest with Zin is a good precaution if you have the means to do it on him. And then the Diamond Dust from Kevin and Olivier should be enough to take him out. Alrighty, there we go. If you aren't worried about the counterattack, Supreme Dual Strike from Joshua is more than enough. And heal up. If you remember in SC, there was a chest hidden up in this corner. It's the same exact chest here. Except now it's being guarded by Great Abysses and Were-Rats. Yippee. Maybe it doesn't counterattack and I'm thinking of a different enemy. That's probably it. Oh well. Oopsie doopsie, spreading a bit of misinformation on the internet. Wah, wah, wah. I almost hit the run button. Freudian slip, apparently. Feather Brooch? Chest will remember that. The Feather Brooch prevents faint, which is quite a prominent issue. Don't have to fight that Great Abyss, but here you can get a mini kind of checkpoint. Bring to me the girl who entrusts her feelings to her blade. Only then shall the door open. That is hinting at a character that we do not yet have. I'll let you figure out who that might be. Although, it may not be obvious to tell because, well... he didn't really do much in the past few games. Oh, right, this chest. Doi. Contains an attack 4. Oh gosh, I usually only open up to my therapist. Yeah, sure. We can then climb back onto the high road. You'll notice that that area seems oddly absent of objects. Well, first we're going to get rid of this enemy, because meh. Boop boop. Poison... it's nice, but unless the boss is getting so many turns, or the enemy is getting so many turns that you can't damage them otherwise, it's really not that good. Aside from the slightly passive damage. And even then, in that kind of situation that I mentioned, you're probably already dead. Right, you want to push this lever to the right. That'll spawn that chest, and then you want to push it to the left to make that drawbridge come out. Yippee! Can walk past the enemies, can fight them if you want, doesn't really matter. I want to circle around, and we pick up the Kaiser Knuckles. I'm glad I'm not a pirate chest. Those are usually buried underground. The Kaiser Knuckles are a weapon for Zim, if I can get off of his augments. Plus 750 strength, plus 5 dex, plus 5 speed. It's a decent 300 point increase above where he is now. No reason not to equip them. If you're worried about heading out and refueling, don't be, because there's a monument right here. I don't believe this gives us any major quartz upgrades. Nope, it does not. However, shop is here, should you require it. Bracer coat is okay, but if you have specific armor like the Kaleido stuff, there's really no need to get it. You can make use of feather brooches coming up in the near future, and moon glasses are an excellent accessory, but you may be too broke to afford them. If that is the case, then save your money and don't bother spending it, because we'll be getting an alternative soon enough. Just going to want to make sure you restore your HP and EP, and then you want to save. And a lace. Oh boy. Yeah, it's another grimoire, not the real thing. It's like she's completely lifeless. Well, at least that means we don't need to hold back to avoid hurting her. Let's do this! So, Doppelanalyse comes with 2 Werezappers, which have 24k HP, and she only has 10k herself. When the description says that her attacks are as deadly as the real one, they aren't lying. You want to make sure that you have at least 1 space, or 2 spaces, sorry, between all of your characters. Otherwise, you are at risk of getting vacuum waved and absolutely deleted. Vacuum Wave is really one of the few threatening attacks she has. She can also delay you with Fallen Leaf Slash, which is a pain in the arse. Generally, she's going to start the fight by trying to move towards you or buffing herself. Like so. I don't really know what I want to do with this crit. I'm just going to Gigabuff Zin for the start of the fight, I think. Want to get Clock Up EX on him and a True Distend. Fuck down on Analyse. And then, oddly enough, this is one of the few times in the series that I highly recommend Terrasphere, because she will use Sulfarion to buff her own movement. This basically means that she can approach you from anywhere on the map and just 180 delete you on the push of a button. It is terrifying. And now Kevin and Joshua are in position to get absolutely mowed. Cool game. Go for a Thunder God kick on the minions. Deal a truckload of damage. Gonna have Joshua clock down. Kevin can Tyrrell's in to heal him up. I'm going to have Olivier Lacrest everybody, just to make sure we don't get absolutely rolled. Now that everybody's in range, I can do some S-breaks. Yippee. Does a decent amount of damage. And the 200 Grail Sphere is just because people are going to start getting very close and very touchy. There's not much worry at the moment with the way Annalise is now, other than the fact that she's quite fast. So you just want to clock up EX your characters to match. Sin's already fast. Speed up Joshua, there we go. And I'm going to have him ready a Tyrrell on himself. Because I want him to get hit, so he increases his CP, but I don't want him to die. Okay. She seems to be setting up for something kind of nasty. Great. I'm going to orbal down with Kevin. Tackle Tornado is not dissimilar to the... Oh, crap. Poison. I don't actually want to revive him with Olivier, but... choices. Just going to use that to get the recipe down for the Amar Spiritus, yada yada yada. With their arts defense reduced, these guys don't have much going on for them outside of their immensely strong physical attacks. Which aren't awful to deal with. Outside of them just being naturally very bulky. Gonna have Kevin go for an Ascension on that enemy as well. Once the numbers are whittled down, it will be a lot easier to deal with. That's probably the worst thing that could have happened. Oh, crud. Well, actually, Kevin's going to be up soon, so it's not too bad. But still, that sucks. Gonna have Joshua use that crit to Phantom Raid. This then switches the Doppel. But that also, in turn, resets her turn delay, so we can do all the debuffs we need to do again. You want to clock down Annalise, and then get the hell out of dodge, or buff your defenses before she can attack you. Fortunately, we have a plan. Once you have the Doppel in this state, you want to start focusing it instead of any of the other enemies. Ow. My bones. Perfectly avoidable damage that I just whiffed. Gonna latte, because everybody's fairly low. And then I kind of have to latte with Kevin, or Kevin's screwed. Womp womp. On Joshua, that's fine. Shoot descend, now that we have 20% within. Olivier does about 4k like that. Need to Tyrol him or he will die. Charge is the problem attack because it inflicts feint. It basically just stops you from doing anything for a turn, which blows. Because Annalise can suddenly decide that she wants Kevin to die, and then he will. Thankfully, she doesn't have a method of applying it herself. Wolf down, and now we just have to poke Annalise. Which is pretty much the foregone conclusion at this point. Because there's really nothing she can do. Short of S-breaking on all of us, but you know. Then can just kind of punch her until she falls over. And then she's dead. Converts back into a Grimoire, which is just a normal enemy, so no challenge there. Boop.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Get a Purging Bomb and a Proxy Puppet. That wraps that up. Sure does. Probably no prize for guessing who's in the ceiling stone either. Let's head back to base and let her out. First and foremost, though, if you head up to the top of the room, you can get another Crimson Eye. Can be useful if you want to have a double art setup. So instead of Kevin having a white bracelet, you give him the Crimson Eye instead. Make him cast the boy. Perfectly fine to restore HP. And then if you head back to the garden, Should be soon. Anyway. Unleash Sealing Stone. Ba-doop, beep, 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 beep. And we unlock St. Croix Forest. Huh? Is she sleeping?
Cuteness is justice. Fortune favors the cute. Keep your friends close and your plushies closer. Smart words from smart people.
I don't think anyone else in history has ever said any of those things. Especially that last bit.
She seems so happy, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can bring myself to wake her up. In that case, I have a plan of my own. I shall sleep alongside her, and together we shall reach the pearled gates of Elysium and cross into the paradise within. If you're up for a nap, that can be arranged. I have a few tricks that could knock you out in no time.
I'm sorry, please don't hurt me.
Hey, you tried. Seems she's finally woken up.
Huh?
It's good to see you again, Annalise.
Good morning?
Have a nice dream. Sure sounded like you were.
Tita, Joshua, and Chloe are going to be the pride of my collection. But Julia and that girl over there are pretty cute, too.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, but Zin's like a big fluffy bear, so he's actually kind of nice. And Kevin's hair kind of reminds me of a sea urchin, and that's not so bad either. I don't know who bought me all these new plushies, but they're the best.
She thinks we're all life-size stuffed toys. Man, how drowsy do you have to be?
Aw, that was me thinking I'd gotten a bunch of amazing new plushies to add to my collection. Way to crush a girl's dreams, guys.
Well, sorry for being a human being. I can't believe that's your first reaction to everything you've just been told.
Sorry, I'll hop into serious mode now. I'm still having a heck of a time processing the situation, but I do know you're not lying. Besides, the proof that this is all real is right in front of my eyes. Only the real Tita can be that irresistibly cute.
Well, just as long as you get it. So, what are you gonna do now? Would you be up for helping us investigate?
Put me in, coach. I wouldn't be much of a bracer if I wasn't willing to do anything in the face of a crisis like this. Especially if it's true something's happened to Lalak. There might be other bracers there who have ended up in the same situation as me, and no way I'm turning my back on them.
That's certainly a possibility.
Are you bracers? Really?
That's a good point. We know quite a few of them, too. Well, we've overcome one ordeal, and that still means we have 2 left on our plates. And you know the drill. Now that we've done the first, let's go back to the 4th plane and see what's changed. Right. Let the fun begin anew. I'm not going to be adding her to our team quite yet, as we still need to see her support abilities. They are speed plus 2%, move plus 1, and arts defense minus 25. Not awful stats, obviously, but still, I'd probably prefer Mueller. If you're relying on dodge chance to do anything in these games, you're probably not playing it right, unless you're playing Cold Steel, but we'll get to that. Anyway. I will be going over Analase soon enough. But we kind of need to do some backtracking and door stuff for that. Which really isn't quite good timing, I guess, yet. All I will say is that if you do end up taking her to Star Door 5, then she will give you a very strong weapon for her specifically that can carry you through basically the next 2 chapters on its own. As long as you equip her properly. Basically a mini easy mode. But I'm perfectly happy with the team I have now. I selected the wrong warp point, didn't I? Yep. You want to head outside. And then head down across this way with the map. And you can go to St. Croix Forest. Yippee! Oh my. This is just stunning. It certainly is pretty. But don't you think it's odd? The leaves of coniferous trees don't usually turn orange like this, do they? Most don't, but there are some varieties that lose their leaves in the fall, for sure. Can't remember their names, though. Croix would know better than me, but, well... I see. Don't mind me, then. Actually, wait. The trees near the lodge are the same variety as these, aren't they? Those were still green, too. Yeah, so your first guess must have been wrong. But there's definitely something off here. We'd better be careful. That we shall be. This music is a pretty haunting rendition of the original track, and also a cool twist on the original track, because we're now going backwards through the area. Hardy, hardy, ha-ha, cycle, cycles. Anyway, new enemy, the Blue Mooma. Drops a boatload of blue sepith. A soft-bodied river monster discharges vicious snot to stun its prey. You can guess what stun means in this context. They are weak to earth arts, which are kind of garbage, which you may not have in a high supply, obviously. Back off of the enemies now. And into combat! We have turn advantage, so victory at this point is a foregone conclusion. But still, slap the crap out of enemies anyway. Not really any need to worry about the Mooma's elemental afflictions. But one important thing to note, as you can see there, if you check the monster guide, they are capable of dropping celestial bombs. So if you need to farm some of those, right here with Analase, with the support ability of Josette, is a very good place to do things. Oh, that's what it is. It's a remixed version of Whereabouts of Light. I'm dumb. Bring to me the girl who shines like the sun, and the boy who cherishes that light by her side. Be at her side. Bleh. Only then should the door open. Well, if you can imagine the boy who sits at a girl who shines like the sun's side, then, you know. Also, a bit of a foregone conclusion as to who that might be. Another blue Moomer sits in this corner. A pack of 3 of them. I got lucky here. This will instantly go off, so let me just do this. Bonk. So much water sepith to be gained here. I think at the top of this section is another blue Moomer and celestial balm. If you come down here, there is a triplet ice. It's mine now, sucker! The triplet ice is a food item that restores 20 CP and gives you 8,200 HP. It's like the ice creams from first chapter on steroids. The ones that you could buy in Grimsel. Sorry, I should have specified. There is a HP 4. Let's give that to Kevin. That gives him access to Tyrol. Definitely going on him. If you wanted to spread out his arts variety a bit, you could also give him stuff like defense. Or if you're not using it on anyone else, Septium Vein. HP 3 in his bottom slot, and attack 4 in the top. His equipment is getting a bit outdated, but don't worry, that'll be fixed in a moment. Walk through, you want to follow the top path. You know, I'm worth a hell of a lot more sepith than the lousy trinket you just took. Well, too bad. Also, there you can find the sludgy cookie recipe. The aromatic hickory lining of this chest permeated the sludgy cookies with a mouth-watering flavour. Yippee! Chest cookies. And then if you follow this hidden path, if you remember it from second chapter, you can get the Cavalry Cross. That is a fencing sword, so that can be used on Annalise, Julia, I almost forgot her name, and Chloe. If I can go to the right tab. Plus 700 strength, plus 30 arts attack, plus 10 agility. Can be quite useful on Chloe, of course. Kind of just dodging encounters as I walk down the road, because there's no real reason for me to run into any of them at the moment. Bonk. Doi. You have mooed your last myrrh. Flap. Falls from the sky. Pick up another celestial balm. Lovely, lovely. Now that you can farm them, using celestial bombs isn't too bad, as you can just run around here and scoop them up. Be careful for these enemies. As there really isn't a good AoE attacking Mirage Art in this whole game until you get, God, what's the name of it? It's not Silent Cross. My brain keeps wanting to say Silent Cross, but it's not. Silverthorn, that's it. Until you get Silverthorn, you are mostly doing the 0 damage with Mirage Arts. Ascension is like the sole exception. Which I'm convinced was added to the game just because all the skeletons at the start had a Mirage weakness and there was nothing to use on them. Continuing down. Just like in SC, Shining Palms can spawn in this room. Obviously not the same way they could in SC, but, you know. They are companion encounters with these were-rats. If we walk this way...
Stay away! Please don't come any closer!
That sounds like... Yeah, it does.
I didn't mean any harm, I swear. I'll never do anything like that ever again, so please, please spare my pitiful life.
The goddess just loves bringing us together, huh?
I'm saved. My saviors, please help me.
Do we even have a choice? I don't want his death on my conscience any more than you do, so no, not really. So Gilbert is being, well, were-ratted to death. Unfortunately, the were-rats have been Joshua'd to death. Just for good measure. And because I haven't shown it off in this game yet. I love you, guitar gun! Bang, bang, bang!
Enjoy the show.
That was terrifying.
Aren't you supposed to be a part of Ouroboros? How do you keep getting yourself into these messes?
You are so rude. I didn't end up in this situation because of my own error. It was the result of a tale so tragic anyone who heard it would be moved to tears.
I think there's a more pressing issue here, to be honest. How did you even get here ahead of us? That's a good question. Did you get through the second and third plane's warp circles before us somehow?
After parting ways with you at the castle, I found myself surrounded by armored knights. Naturally, I fought back with all the skill and grace I'm known for, but during the fight I was engulfed in some kind of strange vortex. Next thing I knew, I was in front of a building near a cliff. What a miracle! Clearly I have been chosen by Adius herself to be the hero of a new story!
The Trails game nobody asked for. Trails and the Gilbert. Kevin, you think? Yeah, sounds like he just ended up getting drawn into one of those vortexes that pops up in battle every so often and makes things vanish. Damn, though. Ending up all the way here on the 4th plane just because of that is some luck. Truly.
Lost for words, I see. Not that I can blame you for being in awe of my good fortune.
Oh, we're in awe, alright. Anyway, you said you'd ended up in front of the lodge, so how'd you end up all the way out here? Did you decide to start looking around?
Well...
And this time, you're the one with the good question. You were saying things like, I didn't mean any harm, and I'll never do anything like that ever again. Earlier. What was that about?
Whatever do you mean? I have absolutely no idea. Will one of you say something? That was merely the result of me being so relieved to finally be out of mortal danger. I think I know what happened now. You were so hungry that you went and tried to grab those beastmen's food, right? Well... You have no reason to feel ashamed, my man. Everyone needs food in order to live. That was pretty damn reckless of you, for sure. Gilbert. Do you want to come back to our base with us? That might be an idea. We've got plenty of food and water back there. Save your pity! I was able to steal at least a month's worth of food from them already. I'm not going to need any more for quite a while. And it's all mine, and mine only. I won't give any of you so much as a crumb. So long, losers. He's incapable of listening, isn't he? Is he planning on staying here for over a month? Who knows? All we can do is leave him to his own devices for now if he doesn't want our help. I wouldn't be surprised if he changed his mind. Yeah. We'll just have to be ready to give him a warm welcome when he does then. That is, as far as I know, something temporarily optional. I don't remember if the game prompts you to head there after you reach the next loading zone or not. Either way, get the Gatling gear. The first step towards beating kleptomania is admitting there's a problem. I love chests. Ah! The rats have heard about my chest addiction. No!
How could I fail?
Anyway. Baba Booey. Death by food. Oh, and hey, legitimate use of Sacred Breath too. Yippee! Well, you must die. Bop. Zinlan Supreme Composure. And there's EP Cut 4. Why does Kevin still have EP Cut 3 when I made EP Cut 4? Why? But why? I don't know. I won't pretend to get it. Does that give him anything new? It gives him Death Scream. Yeah, okay, game. Sure. Cool. Radical. Beans on bloody toast. Gatling gear is 700 strength, 5 range, small area attack. Nothing too special. Just want to walk straight. Down here you'll get a stone monument. Just gonna check. This does now give us access to EP4. Gives us HP 4s and stuff as well. And defense 4s, which are quite nice. I'm gonna pick 2 EP 4s for now.
One of those going on Olivier, obviously. Gives him energy drain. I believe if I spec into, like, hit 4 or something, I can get Silverthorn now. Yeah. Which isn't the poorest move I would ever make, but it's also not the one I'm going with. You can see that the attack 3 here gives you Phantom Pain, Silent Cross, Zodiac, blah 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 blah. Still, Cast 2 is absolutely the play there. EP4 gives Kevin Death Scream as well. I think that's everything I want to equip. Although we can do slots now. You basically want to upgrade everybody who you're going to use their tier 1 slots up to tier 2s. Because that is going to be the baseline that you need for everything. Now that I can get HP 4, I'm gonna. Just because having free tier roll access is quite nice. EP Cut 4 gives Zin La Curia. La Tyrol, baby, let's go. Once you have replenished your HP and EP, you want to walk down, but not so far that you end up going down that path there. Because if you follow this side path, you can get the Kidney Daggers. Are your contents speedrun worthy? Technically speaking, yes. Maybe, maybe not. Now that you've interacted with this monument anyway, you have that as a fast travel point. Which does make the, well, no. If you want to farm the Moomas for Celestial Bombs, use Moondor 4. Because that's slightly closer. Also, you can take off your heat-resistant boots and re-equip whatever gear you had on before. Zin having 100 speed. Macarena. Aye. If you are adequately defended, I don't know why I was walking all the way back there. You want to give yourself somebody who's got a good support ability, like Mueller or Annalise. Either of them will work if you're not using them. You can also make great use of Julia's here, which is what I think I'll do. want to go to Grimsel Fortress in your fast travel. Shara. Darling Shara. Charizard. So, she's our lady this time, huh? Makes sense that we'd find nothing but bracers in one of their training grounds. We'll have to defeat her so we can get her sealing stone. Here's hoping we can have the real thing by our side. Exactly. So, Doppel Charizard. If you know how she works, you know that she is the biggest problem in this fight, debatably. However, the Birdman can cause confusion, which is why you need those lily necklaces. They are weak to Mirage, as is the usual. They're all kind of going to filter in. Go for a true defend. Then we're going to use Zin's S-Craft, just donkey punch them. If you can get through all of the Birdmen before they have a chance to confuse any of your party, that's probably the safest way to deal with this whole fight. As once they are out of the picture, there's really nothing stopping you from going off. That's fine. No, it's not. Uh-oh. Why? Why did I fat finger that? Absolutely not. Doppel switches to Grimoire form. He missed. Oh no, I misaimed. Yikes. Give me 200% growth there. Can, of course, go for a Septium Drops. Just going to do the same thing with Joshua. Go for the Phantom Raid. Bong bong. Okay, now we're back to normal. Kind of. Zin can just kind of punch thing, because Zin does punching things. And then Olivier is an auxiliary healer, blah 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 blah. But the end result just comes down to slapping things until they fall over. As long as you don't get confused by the Birdmen, this fight is fairly easy. Of course, you can also bait the AI into doing arts cancelling attacks by having an art set to go off between their turns. Okay, and we can finally show off Energy Drain. Huzzah! Falcon Punch. Suck. Like the real Charizard though, she has purple arts. Slap. Womp. A taste of your own medicine? Eh. Boop. Joshua gets Supreme Flicker. And we get an Evade 4. Very nice. Nice! Yeah, that's what I said. Now we should be able to set Shara free, too. Huh. I can hardly wait to feel her in my arms again at long last. To the garden, my friends! To the garden, my friends, indeed. So retreat to the Hermit's Garden. Restore our HP and EP. And then unleash the Sealing Stone. Then we unlock the final area, Grimsel Fortress. Huh? That's not Shara, is it? Huh? Oh! What? Oh my. My goodness. She cut her hair, huh? Yep, about a month or so ago. She got herself some new duds to match, too. This isn't like me at all. I haven't had anywhere near enough to drink to start feeling this out of whack. No, there's no stopping me now. Pour me another, Ina. Tonight we're gonna settle this once and for all. Duh? Nice to see you, Shara. Joshua? How long have you been back for? What happened to Estelle? And is it just me, or did you put on some muscle while you were away? You look stronger. Thanks. I'm happy to hear that. Be as it may, I can't believe you still haven't commented on my presence. How could you disregard your dear Olivier Lanheim, your loyal servant, and the man who forever holds the key to your heart? Olivier? Wait, you're not the only familiar faces here. This whole place is kind of bizarre too. Can someone explain what's going on here? We will. So calm down, okay? I can hardly blame you for being surprised. Yeah, your reaction's par for the course for this place. Okay, I think I get what's going on now. Still, under ordinary circumstances, I'd have a pretty hard time believing all of what you said was even possible. It's easier to chalk all this up as just an alcohol-induced dream, or another of Lucille's illusions. No doubt. Oh, woe is me! How could you look upon my fair countenance and beautiful locks and not believe that I am the one, the only, true Olivier? I said under ordinary circumstances, Olivier. There's no need for dramatics. First, what would be the point of me showing me an illusion this bizarre to begin with? As for the dream explanation, there's a bit too much internal consistency here for me to lean on that theory. True enough. Thanks for believing us. So, I take it you'll be up for helping us then. We could sure use you.
I'd be happy to. When I think about how Estelle's most likely been dragged into this place too, how could I think to say no? I wouldn't be a good big sister if I didn't look out for my little sis, now would I?
Thanks, Shara. You are a true model of a woman.
Cheers, we appreciate it. Anyway, we've given you a rough outline of the situation we're in. Currently, we're in the middle of exploring what's apparently called the Fourth Plane, so that's where we'll be resuming from. Alright. I've used the facilities at Lalok before as a trainee back in the day. Since you've found both me and Annalise there so far, perhaps the other sealing stones you find will contain people who train there too.
Sounds plausible enough.
That means there's a chance we'll find Estella's High. Or, I don't know, maybe we'll find Kurt Gran Arcana. It's not impossible. They've certainly been to Lalok, but they went more as instructors. I don't think they've ever been purely as trainees the way you, Estelle, and I have. Oh, right. Hey, Shara? Do you know if Agate has ever trained there before? Now that you mention it, yes, he has. Cassius supposedly tricked him into going, and he was not a fan of the experience. And that was about 4 years ago, I think. Oh. So that means both him and Estelle might be trapped there.
It's possible, yeah.
They're both fine. I'm certain of it. At any rate, we now have only one of 3 ordeals remaining.
Indeed. So, we'll find who else is trapped inside the training ground soon enough, and then all that remains is for us to rescue them.
Yep. So as soon as we're ready, let's move. Again, still sticking with the same team comp. No reason to change it now. I don't think the water will have refreshed yet, but I can still have a look-see. Noopy doopy. But Sherezad is here. This place baffles me the more I think about it. If only this fountain were full of booze instead of water, then I'd at least have something to keep me company.
You're kidding me, right?
Yes, I know. I'm pretty familiar with the lock since I've been there myself. Take me along if that's where you're planning on going. I'm sure I could show you around. And I want to rescue Estelle as much as you guys do. But yes, as the characters, or not the characters, as the story develops a bit more, the characters will have different things to say here. I've only really commented on the important ones so far. Yeah. The roast of Kevin is going on down there, and Reese does begin to change and talk more to people about Kevin's past over the course of the chapter. And there's also just nice posings and interactions between everybody. But I digress. Shara gives 10% item drop rate up, 2% EP recovery, which is a very rare thing to find and difficult to come by. But unfortunately, her downside is god-awful. -5 speed. Yeah, if Dex and Agility isn't enough to make me want speed down, yeah, no. EP recovery is not enough either. Speed is, like, bar none, the most important stat in pretty much every Trials game, next to damage. And reducing that just for a little bit of EP and maybe some extra items is just straight up not worth it. Going into the next area, though, you're going to want speed and defense, or HP regeneration and CP regeneration. So you can pick whoever you want to come with you. I'm going to use Chloe, because we haven't used her support power yet. And I also need to recover some of my CP on the go. Go back to the lodge. I'm going to quickly pop a save down here. Because this area is going to suck.
Whenever you're ready, head over to Grimsel Fortress. Man, there's been no expense with this one. I think this is the place Estelle did her final training exercise. Supposedly, the inside's similar to a maze, and there are even parts that are pitch black. Can't wait to see what kind of traps we bump into inside then. Anyway, as far as I can tell, there should be a final ordeal on this plane. Let's get this done. Right. If you are ready to head in, head in! The music is just non-stop good tracks in this area, from atmospheric to solid bops like Balstar Channel to just this. It gets you hyped up to storm the fortress, you know? Unfortunately, this also brings back the very crappy mechanics that you needed to use here in the first place. You want to get Tyrrell Balm? There is no greater void than the one between your ears. Hey! Don't insult my intelligence. I have little of that left. Anyway, Werebats. A beastman resembling a bat. No shit. Uses ultrasonic waves to obstruct foes, then takes their HP and EP. Again, weak to Mirage here. I'm kind of considering just biting the bullet and getting Silverthorn access anyway, instead of using Scent on Olivier, because I am not using Saint enough to justify it. Anyway. Wonder Wave is just annoying. It's just an attack you don't want to deal with ever. Anyway, Death Scream. Whee! Boop. Land that double KO, and the rat is next. It's a lot more expensive in this game than it was in second chapter, but it's still serviceable. Does its job well. God, it's so good. Anyway, there's no orbal energy reaching this terminal yet, so you have to go this way. Watch out for the enemies. The game likes to hide in corners here, because they can be particularly vicious with their corner butt stabbing.
Enjoy the show.
Go to Gummy Eyeball there. Sorry, I was mid-yawn while I was trying to speak. Where is Olivier's setup? There it is. Is there any space stuff that I could be doing? Let me think. I don't know. Actually, that's really tough. Hmm. I really don't know, to be honest. That is quite the toughie. I guess I'll keep Centon. I don't like it, but I don't think I have anything better that I can do with his stuff. Anyway. Making our way into the very back section of this area. Terminal here that we can activate the power on. Now we need to go all the way back. This is why I recommend killing the enemies in that area, because it makes this a lot easier to do. Because you're not worrying about running back into them on the other way around, and blah 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 blah. Anyway, ID card. We'll tell you to have a barrel of fun, but come on, we don't call them treasure barrels. I don't get it either. Bum, 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 ba-da-bum. Get on the ball. Get on the rock? I don't know. Pop. You can't stop the rock.
They messed with the wrong guy.
And then you need to use the ID card in this room. Boop. You want to head up the stairs. See gimmick of floor 2. Appearing and disappearing platforms that you cause to spawn and despawn at your own will. Now when you fail the puzzle, you feel like a moron. Anyway. Here is the Juggernaut, bitch! I hate that that's a double pun. Anyway, the Juggernaut is 700 strength, 6 range, 50 arts attack, and 20 dex. Basically an upgraded version of the ion bow, which is why I didn't buy the replacement bow for Kevin earlier. You want to watch out for the birdmen here. I want to push Joshua up to the death blow turn. The Ascension. Yeah, boy. Slap you, silly. And then you do not die because you're immune to instant death. I am sad.
Enjoy the show.
And then you can see we switch these around. We can get across that ledge. Which takes us into this room. This set of rooms? I don't know. We want to hit this button. And then we realize, well, How are we supposed to get over to that side? You see, it's elementary, my dear video game players. You need to make sure this switch is green in this room, and then walk all the way around. Then you come in from this doorway, and the switch is obviously green, so you can cross all the way over. Get a Zerum powder for your troubles. I wish you sold Zerum powders as a shop. Yes, that would be nice. But no, this game doesn't do nice. If you head down and follow this route back this way. Still want to get into encounters with birdmen where we can. Thankfully, Mirage Arts are all the way at the bottom of the list, so you can just flick one down from the top to get to Ascension. Does a peck, but it does not matter because it is dead. Shoot the gun. Bang.
Enjoy the show.
You can grab this chest, which contains ID card 2. After cleaning the inside, you decide to polish the outside as well. And obviously, that room goes nowhere. So we have to loop all the way back around this way. And then we need to go all the way back up this way to toggle this switch to red. And walk down this corridor, which then lets us across. We use the second ID card to get up. I don't remember if these persist between floors, but I think this does need to be green for something on the next floor. If you go up. Ah. Yes. This floor. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that. So, this is where even if you have a flawless run, haha, run, and you're going for the no fleeing from battles quartz, this will screw you up. You have to run from those fights if you get into them. So I highly recommend saving before going anywhere near any of these enemies. You can see what happens if you don't. Where are we? There we are. Gonna very carefully follow the top of the wall. When it moves by on the bottom, walk past it. And this room sucks. I don't remember how to navigate this one safely, though. Chest here has night goggles, thank God. You want to give night goggles to whoever your primary arts caster is. And when you walk into the rooms now, you'll have this green tint. Right. And we carefully follow the inside of these boxes up to this power generator. which means we can then see again. If you're lucky, you shouldn't run into any enemies on the way, but you know. Yeesh. Don't unequip your goggles quite yet, as there is another dark room here. Carefully go underneath those boxes. Follow the route. Oh. Bloody werebats. Zin just hit through blindness like a boss. Just... No. Blindness is for nerds. Slap. Your arts will work perfectly fine in the dark. However, your physical attacks stand no potatoes. You should not follow the wall here along the edge until you reach this point, where you can get a Curia Bomb. Your luscious locks of hair are nothing compared to my lovely locks of steel. I'm gonna heal very quickly. Once you've got that Curia Bomb, you need to head to the top left corner of the room, so you can just follow the wall. And eventually you'll get there. You can see it on the other side of the boxes there. But I think to actually reach it, you have to go all the way down. Or am I doing this backwards? Oh, yeah, it's this. You're supposed to barely be able to see the edge of the thing here, and no, you can walk through. It's dumb. I don't like it. The locked perspective in that room makes it way harder than it should be otherwise. Anyway, here we find the moon glasses. If you're thinking about buying a pair before, there you go. Moon glasses. Moon glass eye? I don't know. Anyway, probably power off there, and then you can speed your way back through. No issue. Sister's wanting my dog up. God damn it. Ooh. Oh my god. Die. Ow. Steam. I hate steam. Pipes. You can just walk over them. As long as you're fast, you shouldn't be in any danger. Lump, 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 lump. Extra sepith. Lump, lump, lump. Yes. Lump. Come here. Ah, no item drops from the lumps. Damn. Level up on most everyone. Kevin is about 1k points off-ish. Joshua is a little more than that. Gonna heal them up. I'm not entirely sure why they recycled the Steam gimmick from... What was even the name? The cave behind the... God, what is the name of the hot springs? Balls? It's not Minoria. Come on, brain. I know you can... I know you're better than this. It's the place in Zeiss where Miss Mao works. I don't remember the name of it, alright? Crucify me.
Savor the victory.
I've buggered it up. Want to ignore that passageway down, because that leads to the end of the area. We don't want to go there yet. Silver Earring Plus. We can't be friends, you just tried to kill me with steam! Oh, hello, Double Slime Lump. Well, goodbye, Double Slime Lump. You must die. Vanish. Or don't, it's your choice. I won't tell you how to live your life. Doo-be-dee-doo. Can walk on over. And huzzah, huzzah, we have claimed an extra thing today. Again, don't think there's anything new here, but I could be wrong, so I'm checking. No, there isn't. Okay, cool. Want to restore your HP EP. Your CP if you feel so inclined. But personally, I'm willing to risk not doing that. This fight sucks. No two ways about it. Agate. Haha, now this looks like it's going to be a fight to remember. He looks even more wild and untamed than even in my dreams. Very nice. This fight isn't going to be the easiest, but it's not anything we can't handle. Let's do this, guys. Right. Here we go. He hits like a freaking freight train. He is not the problem, however. The Famail Beast, one of Hell's jailers with the head of an ox, becomes mad with anger after enough damage. Yeah. You remember how I said about the Mirage Arts kind of sucking? This is where that becomes a real problem. I do not hate this fight, I just hate these enemies. A lot. A yowza. Debuff their stats, buff your own. Except, oh wait, Agate's immune to debuffs. Because screw you. That's why. He hurts, they hurt, everything about this fight hurts. Now, you may elect to notice something about that smite. Yeah, you cannot abuse Confuse. Fortunately, speed up is the way. Once you are clocked up, life is easier. You want to basically just pick an enemy and tunnel vision it without being tunneled by Agate yourself. Which can be a fairly difficult thing to try and keep on top of. Especially when the enemy decides that your squishies have been chosen to die. I'm just going to Tyrrell on Olivier, because I'm assuming this attack's coming after him. Oh boy. How I'd love to be correct in any circumstance but this one. Ow. I don't know why he is the enemy magnet, but he is apparently. That's just what's happening now. Orbal down to reduce their arts defense. And then it's Ascension spam with the casters. And Zin spamming Fail Source. I can afford to start popping Celestial Bombs, sure. You can see the Ascensions now do bongo damage. You basically want to be able to spam Ascension to get the kill before they get a turn. Okay, game, please don't crash. My game just hard crashed. Thanks, Agate. What the what was that? And you see, this is why we save. Sky the third moment. Alright. Cool. That's Agate's secret super duper pooper attack. He just crashes your game. If OBS would like to pick my game back up, that'd be cool. Hopefully it doesn't just kill itself. Okay, they pick me up. Okay, cool. Screw you, Agate, you jerk. Screw you! Why'd you crash my game for? Why you do this? You douche. Absolute douche canoe. Just a massive wang. I feel like we've been here before. Been here before. Been here before. I feel like we've been here before. Why the hell are we here again? Hello, jerkface. Right, enough of your baloney, sir. I have come to kill you. The game deems that you must die. So die you shall. Okay, Spiral Edge just crashes the game if he uses it. What the hell? Excuse me? Portello? What the hell? Okay, buddy. Okay. Oh, okay then. I guess we kill Agate before he can crash the whole game. What is this? This is madness! What is this? Oh my god! That's really funny, but what the hell? I don't even know what to do now. That's gonna make this a lot more difficult. Crash their game if they lose. What accessories does Zin have? He doesn't have any accessories that would cause the game to crash. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess we have to nuke Agate before we can do anything else, because the crash will happen if I don't. Ow. Well, crap. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Shoot. I mean... I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, ow. Yeah, okay. Okay, then can I just die before I crash? Okay, cool. Okay. Now we go again with easy difficulty switched. Okay, cool. I appreciate this. This is, very cash money. Okay, cool. So, someone always has to be casting arts whenever his turn comes around with Dragoon, so he forced his Dragoon Edge, so I don't crash. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. This is just blatant cheating at this point. Come on. I mean... I seriously don't know what to do. Because I cannot get my delay low enough that I will have an art being cast on... Oh, God, you suck so bad. I don't really have anything with obnoxiously large delay. Well then. Let's just pretend that everything is fine. Why did I even bother trying to do that? Okay, cool. Kevin has Latira, so healing's not a problem. I just need to chunk Agate. Oh, God. Okay, can I force him to do a dom? Yes, I can force him to do a dom. It's not as much of a dom as I'd like, but I can force him to do a dom. Which is very good. Unfortunately, I cannot enforce a double dom, so I have to phase shift him, otherwise I lose. Great, okay. Fine, whatever. Phantom Raid to force his turn off. Larcrest? Bloody hell. Is Josh at risk of dying if I don't heal him? Probably. Yes. The answer is absolutely yes. Elias. Bop. He just went for Joshua? Okay. Cool. I'm gonna rely on that beast walking in towards this one. Oh, come on. It's like an inch out of range. Oh, no, it's in range. Oh, yes. Yes, me like that. Me like that. Clock up you. You punch. Lartier is really my only bet. Okay, I forced the Dragoon Edge, but at what cost? My life, apparently. Oh, balls. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, panic. Kevin is not long for this world, I'll be honest. No! Why did you do that, you jerk? No! Come on, man! You've got to be kidding me! Oh. The fucking crash attack. Come on, man. The fact that I had somebody ready on arts as well, that's frustrating. Because the longer he's alive, the more likely you are to just get random crashed out of nowhere. Well, okay then. Guys, new plan. Abuse game mechanics. Yes. I want to take off Sin's equipment before I get rid of them. Game mechanics, ahoy! Sherazards! Stats don't matter. She just needs to be fast. Not faster than everyone else, but fast. 73, 70, 68. 89, 91, that's fine, debatably. Ignore me being bad at video games for like 5 seconds. Hold on here. That's technically fine, even though I don't like it. And that'll have to do. So. The reason that I am going out of my way to set everybody up like this in particular is because there's some very dumb interactions that I'm going to exploit. $16, that's fine. Give Olivier the... where is it? White bracelet. And give Sherazard the Skull Pendant Plus. And the Pearl Earring. Okay. So this strategy is very dumb, but if it works, it works. Smile. Want to restore HP now that we've changed Sherry's plots. There we go. Tactics, battle position. She needs to be in the back. Joshua needs to be up here. And now we just have to live turn 1. Sherazard does obviously have new dialogue, but it's mostly just flavor text, same as everyone else. Right. Thank you. Block down, blah blah blah. Have orbal down ready. Fudge. Can I die before he crashes me? Probably not. Thank God. Okay, cool. So, going over Charizard's stuff real quick. Foxtail is essentially a steel skill, so no need to use Josette anymore. Lol. Heaven's Kiss is the same as it was in the other games. It's attack advance. And Bind Whip is impede. Sylphin Whip is damage in an AoE. Anyway, this. Cool. I have to heal Olivier because he's going to be the one who's casting stuff in between Agate's turn, and if he gets hit, well, I'm screwed. Screw it. I just have to play for best case scenario. And hope that the worst doesn't come up. Cool. We'll heal everybody. Unleash Wrath. It's fine. That is significantly less fine. What the hell, Sky the Third? I thought we were friends. Apparently we are not. I guess this is just going to amount to me ramming my head into a wall until the douchebag sticks. Which I guess is okay. Doo-doo. Honestly, Olivier's CP doesn't really matter all that much. Let's hear all over there. Nope. Ah. God damn it. Okay. But that is, in essence, the plan. Reduce the things to a non-issue, slap the crap out of Agate before he crashes you, and then everything else is hunky-dory. Is at least the idea. I completely forgot that this happened in this port of the game, though. I'll be 100% real with you. This is not a PSP issue. This is purely the Steam version, just doing Steam version things. Can I get Phantom Pain? No. No, I cannot. Is the answer to that question. What do I need for Phantom Pain, actually? I should check. Instead of just blindly clicking. Five, 3, 3. Yeah, yikes. I remember this fight being a huge war casualty for some reason, and now I guess I know why. Doop, 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 doop. Oh boy. How many times can I ram my head into the agate-based brick wall until it's over? Does that work? Assumedly, no. I would be totally cool with that being the way that worked, though. Yeah, no, go figure. Sorry, what? Oh, animation bug. No. Cool. Ow. Phantom Raid. Okay, cool. Now we just have to not suffer. Which could be very difficult depending on how the AI targeting goes. Okay, it's fine. He didn't really have anything on. Olivier dying here is kind of bad. Oh my god. Okay, now that I can afford to worry slightly less about being nuked into next week. Oh god. That was annoying. Okay, Grimoire down. Good lord. Who's lower? You're lower. Okay. Need to heal Shara, otherwise she's at risk of getting donkey punched. Okay, cool. Ow. Heaven's Kiss. Blah, 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 blah. How low is it? Olivia's got enough damage to kill it. Just needs to not die. I think Kevin can heal everyone. Good God. And now the fight's basically over. So, in short, Heaven's Kiss is probably one of the strongest skills in the entire series. There you go. Attack Advance, or as it would come to be known in later games, Accelerate, is a very busted effect. Action 3, really? Sure. Cool, thanks. Ugh. Yeah, well, that's that. The love of Adios, though, he's a damn tank. No! He certainly is, though I wouldn't expect any less. Still, now we should be able to have him fighting on our side. I'm sure Tita will be over the moon to hear know about this. Yeah, we should head back and let her know. Sure. They lie. There's a door. Food is the basis of all. Man can only tread the right path with food in his stomach. Only when you've committed 20 kinds of food to memory, shall this door open. Oh boy. Crash gut. Oh boy. Yay! Looks like you got your wish. You wouldn't find hair that red on anyone else. Ugh, the hell's going on? Hey, Dan, what just happened? Huh?
Agate!
What are you doing here, Tita? I thought you were busy fixing up dinner. Wait a sec. Where is Dan, anyway? I thought I just got off the airliner and bumped into him. And now you're here and he's not? What's going on here? Hey, hurry up and fill me in.
I'm so happy you're okay. I'm so happy.
Of course I'm okay. We only just saw each other. Since short stuff here started turning on the waterworks. You up for filling me in on what's going on instead, Joshua? Wait, hold up. I didn't even know you were back in the burrow. And why's the priest here? It's a long story. A really long story.
Just in case you hadn't noticed, the rest of us are here too, you know.
Good to see you again, my friend.
It certainly is. I still wish we could trade places, though. What I wouldn't give for Tita to be all over me like that.
He's truly the most fortunate man on the continent.
Will you shut your traps? There's some really big misunderstandings going on here, and I don't like it one bit. I'm sorry, Agate. I was just so happy that I couldn't help myself. Now all we need to do is save Estelle and the whole group's back together again.
Huh? Estelle? Seriously? How many damn times do I gotta ask before one of you coughs up an explanation? This isn't another one of Erica's murderous traps, is it? She really must have had it in for you, if that's your first guess. It sounds like quite a lot's happened since your parents came back, Tita.
You could say that.
Alright, got it. I'll be honest, this whole thing still doesn't quite feel real. But I can't see anything you say changing that. So I'm in. Let's get to work. What? That was quick. You sure don't want to ask anything? We'll try and answer as best we can if you've got any burning questions to ask. Nah, I've got a good idea of what the situation is from your explanation. As for the rest, I figure it's easy to just see things for myself. Anything I need after that, I'll ask someone. Besides, it just doesn't feel right having all these people gathered and no Estelle. So let's go find her and put that right. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks for helping us out. What are you thanking me for? Looking after younger braces is part of the job. That goes for you too. How's it been for you these days anyway? Feel like you've gotten any stronger than that journey of yours? I'd like to think so. If you ask me, Estelle's changed more than I have though. She's shaped up to be a real reliable bracer these days. Whatever guild we go to, they seem to end up needing her for this and that. No shit! Taking after her old man, huh?
Still, I'm amazed at how quickly you accepted that this was reality and not the dream or illusion of some kind. Did you not consider the possibilities?
Well, sure, but... I think I have our answer. The warmth of Tita's embrace, coupled with her unique juvenile scent, were just too real to leave room for doubt in his heart. Not to worry, I understand completely.
What? I see. I kinda get what he means.
Whoa there! You guys aren't buying his stock, are you?
Now, there's no need to get so flustered. Or try and deny it.
No one's shutting you here. Couples come in all shapes and sizes. Your age gap's just a bit bigger than the average ones, that's all.
In fact, the age gap's what makes it all so cute.
This entire scene is sending me to jail, isn't it?
You're so close, and yet that's what separates you just enough to make your relationship that much more sweet yet thrilling to watch unfold. When you put it like that, yeah, I can see the appeal.
Can you? So, show of hands. Which of you assholes wants my sword in their face first? You wouldn't think we were in a perilous situation looking at them, would you? Haha, this is just our way, really. Forget it. Can we just get to work? Actually, wait. Didn't you say you have another companion? The sister. Where'd she go, anyway?
Oh.
Sorry, she's over in the library at the moment, but she's, not part of the group right now.
Her name's Reese, right? I stopped to talk with her a little while ago and couldn't believe how adorable she was. I wish we could have talked more.
I stayed and spoke with her for a short while, too. She has such a unique aura about her.
She didn't seem very cheerful, though, so it was mostly me doing the talking.
Kevin, you sure you don't want me to go and sit with her for a while? I can handle leading the group if you want. Thanks for the offer, Joshua. But that's probably not the best idea. I seem to be the best at handling the cube, for one thing. And there's a pretty good chance we'll run into more devils, and then you're gonna want my help, so I think I'm better staying in the field. Still. It's alright. She'll cheer up on her own eventually. She's not a kid anymore. Anyway, I think we better get going. It's not like we have all the time in the world.
Well, if you're sure.
In that case, maybe I should stay behind and gently pry open the door to her heart. I'm sure my lute will be the perfect tool for the job. Just stop.
You're never gonna grow up, are you? So, we have Agate in our party. What a fitting note to end stream on, right?
Wrong!
But there's still something else we have to take care of. And for that purpose, we are removing all of Shera's quartz and Olivier's quartz, because we will not be using either of them for this upcoming section. Bom bom bom! So, you want to unequip their equipment, especially the Kaleido armor if you have one. And you want to switch in Agate and Tita. Agate is the same clunky, lumpy germ that you may love or despise. Comes equipped with a Kumo no Taichi. Has a bracer coat and soldier tabby, which are fairly useful. I'm going to upgrade Tita's damage here. We also want to give her the Carnelia bracelet and Skull Pendant Plus. Give Agate the silver earring. And probably the pearl earring too. Once you are satisfied, that is all well and done. We can get to augment tinkering. So, Agate slots are fairly stiff. Has 2 fire slots, which is awful. But not unworkable with, technically. As for what to put in this fire slot, I really don't know. Still, you do want to upgrade his slots, because that's important. Bump them all up to tier 2. Impede can give him Firebolt EX. I'm just going to do that. If you combine Scent and EP Cut, that'll give him access to some decent supporting arts, like La Forte, Crest, Saint. Specifically, La Forte is very nice. Also want to give him a cast and action too, because that's just standard combo for Clock Up EX. And then Tita, 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 Tot. Give her access to Death Scream. Septium Vein gives her Lark Rest.
And then somebody needs to carry haste because Agate has scent. All boxes ticked. Very nice. Now that we have the crash fight out the way, we need to go to... is it Moondor 1? I think. Moondor 1 has a second viewable scene now. Let me just check. I think we can do this now. I'm gonna try it out. Yes, the text then changes from bring to me the girl skilled in orbal engineering to the girl skilled in orbal engineering accompanied by an ever-burning flame. And then there is a part 1 and part 2. You want to view part 2? As the reward for part 2 is crazy. This is that thing I was mumbling about a long time ago that will make Tita one of the most overpowered characters in the entire game. We are finally there, folks. So if you remember how Agate said he was just touching down in Zeiss, well, here's a little allusion to that. If you remember at the end of part 1, that was also the plan. So, can't believe I'm going through with this. I should never have given the pressure and promised to come here once a month in the first place. Having to adjust my schedule all the time just so I can come all this way to eat is such a pain in the ass. Well, whatever. I do owe her, I guess. What the hell? Felt this horrible chill run down my spine. What was that for? Okay then. Doesn't seem like I've caught a cold or anything. Probably no big deal. Well, that's everything switched that needs to be. The machine guns are new models, so they could probably do with some tweaking. That's all of its armament strengthened. Its mobility is up to 16% because of all the work we did through the night, you know. Okay. I think we should leave it like this for now, and take some data as is before we start doing anything else. Works for me. Ordinarily, we just settle for testing whether it can perform basic actions. At this stage, then call it a day. But thanks to all of Tita's help, it's ended up relatively complete for a prototype. I think we could probably get away with doing a simple combat test using it even. And we should too. After all, it just so happens that we have the perfect guinea pig for it coming. Mom, Dad, Morning, Tita. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I'm feeling great. But, all I can picture in my mind is that side of that red-haired hooligan crawling on the ground after getting the beating of a lifetime by the orbal gear. I can hardly wait to see it in real life, too. Mom, I keep trying to tell you that Agate's really not a bad person. Don't take what she's saying to heart, Tita. She could probably stand to discuss the issue a bit more tactfully. I'm sure all she wants to do is find out exactly what Agate's doing trying to worm his way to you in the first place.
Oh boy. Even Dad seems to have him wrong. Okay, let me explain this one more time. He might be sort of rude and blunt, and he does grumble every time he has to do something, and he has a bad habit of scaring people off easily. But he's actually a kind of good person. I swear.
Really now? I'm starting to get a little worried about him too.
What? Why? You keep saying he's a really nice person.
Alright, time to go and get things ready. I'll leave the final adjustments to you, Dan. I've got something to take care of elsewhere. You're going then?
That I am.
I've heard more than enough. Something has to be done.
The sinner must be punished. With death. What? Mom, where are you going? Wait!
Oh!
Mom!
What in Josh's name is happening here? Are you alright? I live. What was Erica in such a hurry for? Well, it's time for the testing to begin. You're not much less of an overprotective parent than she is, I'll have you know.
Where is she? I could have sworn I saw her running this way. Where could she have gone?
Probably shouldn't have arrived so early. Might as well drop by the guild and see if they have any work to do until evening. What? Is that just my imagination? When I walked in the door, it felt like my life was in mortal danger. Only person here is that researcher there, so it must have been.
Oh my. What have we here? If it isn't Agate Crashner. I pity you. I really do.
Come again?
I never dreamed my target would come wandering in nonchalantly while I was making the necessary preparations for his execution. But that makes things easier for me. Now I can tell you what I want directly. We prepared an almost perfect place for you to die over at the central factory. So come along. There's not a moment to waste.
Who are you? You here to pick a fight with me or something?
Not at all. This is a completely legitimate request I've made to the guild. Or more specifically, to you.
Like hell you did. No request like that would ever get accepted here. If you want to submit a request to the guild, you're gonna have to come up with something a little better than that.
Ah, you pitiable flea. I figured you were a little thick-headed, but I didn't think your general IQ would be quite this low. You need to be more aware of your sins.
What does this woman have against me? Her eyes are scaring the shit out of me.
Clean out those ears of yours and listen well, moron. The request is about testing the capabilities of the orbal gear by comparing it to you in a variety of situations. Which means that by helping us, we'll be able to improve it. And in the process, maybe the unforgivable sin you've committed shall be...
Just what the hell are you rambling on about, woman? Maybe you didn't get the memo, but the Bracer Guild exists to help people who really need it. We don't exist just to do any old thing someone feels like asking us to do. So I really haven't got time to be messing around with some crazy time waster.
Is that the real reason you don't want to do this? Or are you just scared?
Say that again?
I can't find her anywhere in town at all. And she hasn't gone home. Just where could Mom have run off to? It's not my fault you're not listening to me. As I said, if you help with these tests, I might even be gracious enough to consider reducing your punishment a little. That sounded like Mom. Could she be in the guild?
If you want help that much... Tita?
Agate? What are you doing with Mom? Oh, and one more thing I want to make very clear right off the bat. You do not get within a 1-celled radius of my sugar-powdered donut under any circumstances. Are we clear, you shameless hoodlum?
Wait a sec... The hell? What just happened there? She just up and ran off with Tita. I hope I just didn't witness her getting abducted by someone dangerous.
You don't need to worry about that.
No. Sup, Killica?
Her name is Erica Russell. She is Tita's mother.
Her mother? That is Tita's mother? You've gotta be kidding me!
Her parents came back here from abroad about 2 weeks ago now. Erica and Dan Russell. Their arrival was somewhat unconventional, admittedly. But they really are Tita's parents. I can assure you of that.
You're trying to tell me that woman is related to her by blood?
And, with that mystery solved, would you mind if we got right to discussing work matters?
Oh, yeah. Lay it on me. I'm free until this evening. So if you've got any quick jobs that need doing, I can knock 'em out for you.
Well, first, there's this one from the central factory. They're requesting assistance with a variety of tests for a prototype of a new weapon called the orbal gear.
Orbal gear? Hold up a minute. That sounds familiar.
The guild has officially accepted the request Erica mentioned to you earlier. It has your name on it, in fact.
I can't believe this. She actually submitted that as an official request?
I don't know much about this orbal gear than you do, I'm afraid. She merely described it as a weapon that combines the finest in LaBelle's orbal technology. It's being developed by the entire Russell family together to boot. The location you'll need to go is Zeiss Central Factory.
A new weapon? Wait a sec. You said the whole Russell family, right? Not just the adults. Please tell me Tita isn't involved in this crap.
I couldn't tell you. She didn't say. I've heard Tita was about ready to graduate from being an apprentice and become a full-fledged engineer, though. So perhaps it is. Would her involvement be a problem to you, Agate?
Well, no, but... I've never met her parents. I've only heard about them from Tita, so it's not like I could pretend to know what they're like. Her mom's nothing like she made her sound. She seems kinda... messed up in the head? If that kook's got Tita involved in developing some kind of new weapon. Put that request on hold for now, Killica.
On hold? Don't give it to anyone else for now, I assume you mean.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find out what's going on. Don't even think of giving that to anyone else before I'm back.
And, yeah. You can now play as Agate for this very brief portion. There are segments like this inside of some of the game's doors, where you have the capability of playing as characters. These are not any chapters, they are classed as side stories. This is the first example of many. And there's a lot of missable optional dialogue that you can find in these places with some people. Obviously, you can speak to people who aren't in Phantasma in these segments. Important conversations and cool things aside, it's definitely worth poking your nose around and doing a little bit of extra work if you want to find anything cool or interesting. But obviously, you can't go any further than that.
You can, however, head into everywhere else in Zeiss. No real, like, particular reason to go anywhere that I know of. But it's just a nice, refreshing thing, being able to stretch your legs. And not having to run around all the time inside of the magical maze of death. We should probably catch up with story, though. So, up we go. Let's head into the factory block. Boarding the elevator. Elevator it is. You want to go to B1F? Door's locked. Where? Oh, where? God. You do have the whole town to scour to go and find them, which can make it a bit difficult. That's not the right room. Where the bloody hell? Factory chief has disappeared. Lovely jubbly. Wow, that's not smart. That is a horrible way of handling your job. We already checked this floor. Pretty much just check the whole of Central Factory and you'll find it eventually. I do not remember where it is. So long, permanent, or free acerbic tomatoes. I will miss you. Antoine, my beloved. Well, she's officially given everybody in the factory a fright. Yikes. And the castle's still here. Granted, I don't think it has anything important on it. I don't assume they'll be on the roof either. I don't know. This is where we need to be. Duh. Just where have those two gone? Can't find them anywhere. Hey there. You must be Agate. Who's this guy? He doesn't seem like any ordinary engineer. Oh, I get it now. You're Dan, right? Seem to remember hearing you were a bracer at one point. Oh, was it Cassius who told you? No. I've just heard some stuff about you from Tita and her grandpa. Right. Actually, he quit the whole bracer thing about 10 years back, didn't he? Makes it right around when Cassius joined. I can't imagine him being as much of a lunatic, but who knows? You guys are developing a new weapon, right? I heard you've got Tita helping you out with it. That true? Oh, yeah. She's not just a simple assistant, however. She's a formal member of its development team. Tita's become so much more capable over these past couple years. I don't even feel like there's all that much I can teach to her anymore. Ugh, I was right. What the hell have you guys got your own kid doing? Hmm? I know you're busy and you can't afford to be back home here often. And I know the little squirt loves orbal tech, so part of me gets why you'd want her to help with whatever new stuff you've got in the works. That doesn't make it okay to let someone that young work on a developing new weapon. Use some common goddamn sense, man! What's so funny? Agate, do you trust her? What's trust got to do with this? And don't go trying to change the subject on me. What you've got her doing... I've heard a lot about you since coming back here. And with that, there's just one question I want to hear the answer from you directly. Now, it's my understanding that you've been keeping her company quite often while my wife and I were away. Is that because you feel she's unreliable? Or maybe just coincidence? Or is there some other reason? Just what have you been trying to achieve by being with her so much? What? I wasn't trying to achieve anything. Guess if I had to give an answer... There's no denying how much she helped me. I'll admit, at the start, she seemed like she could do jack all, and I stuck around to protect her. But she never actually needed it. She's ended up doing way more for me than I ever did for her in the end. So yeah, I guess when I put it that way, I do trust her. Your daughter's pretty damn amazing. I see. Okay. So he doesn't seem to have as many screws loose as his wife. I can probably give him a pass, right? Look, I'm guessing there's some special reason Tita ended up involved in developing that weapon of yours, right? You mind telling me what it is? Yeah, there is. Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to tell you. You're familiar with Ren from Ouroboros, right? Yeah. The crazy strong little girl with the huge robot? Couldn't forget her if I tried. Tita told us she's friends with that girl. Which sounds insane, I know. Nah, it's not. She doesn't talk about it, but I know she is. Feels like she's gonna to unnatural lengths to avoid the issue even coming up, too. That makes explaining this a little simpler. The Orbal Gear project was begun with the aim of developing a new kind of weapon that could compete with the Society's advanced military technology. Eventually, we hope to end up with something that can even go head-to-head with Potter Mater. As soon as she heard about what we were planning to do, Tita told us that she wanted to be a part of it. Of her own volition. At first, Erica and I were strongly opposed to the idea. It was Tita who insisted she wanted to do whatever she could to keep that connection she had with Ren. She wouldn't take no for an answer. She insisted this was something she could do for her. From my perspective, her intention isn't actually to talk Ren down or anything along those lines. She just thinks that by participating in the Orbal Gear's development, she'll be able to keep thinking about her. The project connects them in a tiny way, even if they can't meet, and even if Tita can't do anything more substantial for her. It really is a tiny connection. And yet, that's probably the best she can do for Ren right now. And she's determined to do it. I had no idea. She's such an idiot. How am I supposed to know you're shouldering something that heavy if you don't tell me? She's working on the project formally as an engineer. No different to Erica or me. My wife was the one who gave her permission. After she showed as much resolve as she did, it wouldn't have been fair of us to treat her like a child. You mind if I ask something? What is that? Where is that Orbal Gear thing now? Does that mean you're up for the job? Well, I can't walk the hell away. She might go doing something crazy again if I leave her alone. I see. Albert was right about you, Agate. You do seem to have some promise. What are you talking about? What did Gramps say? You'll need this, incidentally. Using this in the elevator will let you get to the basement 5th floor of the building, where the test will take place. Tita and Erica should be there. You're gonna want to make sure you're ready if you do go, though. Erica's been dead set on testing you. I couldn't care less what she wants. I'm just gonna go and help Tita with the tests. What anyone else does is none of my business. What about you, Dan? You ain't coming? Don't mind me. I'll be there. And just so we're clear, I haven't decided to accept you myself yet. Accept me as what? I guess this is the place? Wait, is that it?
That's all the checks on the legs complete. I guess I'll check the settings one more time too. I've got nothing to do till Mom and Dad come back, so I should make the most of it.
I thought it was gonna be an orbal cannon. Can't believe you're making a robot as nuts as this.
Agate? What are you doing here? Is it because of Mom? Did she ask you to come here? I'm so sorry. Mom and Dad seem to have got you all wrong. I keep trying to explain to them what you're really like, but they never listen to me.
It's not a big deal. I ain't here because your mom asked me to come anyway.
You're not?
Well, I heard you're working pretty hard down here, like, as a proper engineer. So I figured I'd come and join you as my way of showing my support, I guess. Helping with these tests is an official request anyway, so it works out.
Okay, let me give you a brief rundown of the orbal gear then. The prototype's most distinguishing characteristic is that the pilot can climb inside and operate it directly from within. It hasn't been decided for sure the final model will necessarily be like this, though. Oh, and then there's how it reaches maximum mobility. Come over here for a minute.
Sure.
We've designed a new walking system to increase its mobility substantially, you see. Ordinarily, bipedal robots require 2 units that control their posture and center of gravity, which work in tandem with one another to walk. But this approach really drains system resources across the whole archaism. The way we've chosen to resolve this is... Huh?
What the hell?
Mom, how long have you been there? So, you've decided to assist with the tests, have you, Agate Crashner? You're so sweet. Does that mean you finally accepted your sins and come to repent?
I have no friggin' clue what you're talking about.
You were trying to get close to Tita thinking I wasn't here, weren't you? Admit your sins and repent! I finally have first-hand evidence!
For crying out loud, will you quit with the eyes? It's giving me the creeps. He might be completely useless when it comes to technology, but he's got potential, don't you think? You might just be right. I have to admit, there were concerns. But I can appreciate that he at least tries to follow subjects he doesn't understand, instead of outright refusing to listen to them. What are you two doing up there? Especially you, Dan. You were just up on the roof with me a minute ago. I did tell you I was going to watch the tests, didn't I? Well, here I am. I can't work out what he's thinking any more than I can his wife.
Don't you dare ignore me, Agate Crashner.
Fairly regardless, that's everyone gathered now. I suppose it's time for us to begin.
What are we doing? I've finished all the necessary final checks. Good girl, Tita. Let the testing begin.
What is wrong with this family?
Well, Tita, do you think you'll be able to operate it all right? Yep, I'll be fine. I've had plenty of practice. I'm ready to go as soon as everyone else is.
Beginning monitoring? No problems in the data link. Looks like we're good to go. Okay, Agate. We're now going to begin testing on the orbal gear version 0.5. You sure you're ready for this? Yeah, I am. I've come this far. I'm not going to turn tail now. I want you to promise one thing before we begin, though. The final test will be a mock battle between yourself and the orbal gear.
If you cause Tita so much as the tiniest scratch on her, I'll be sending you to the goddess personally.
I wouldn't go quite that far, but you get the idea. Don't hurt her, alright? I know. I ain't gonna hold back, but I ain't gonna hurt her either. That's all I wanted to hear. Okay, for starters... What are you doing? Those are so that we can collect data from your body in real time during the testing process. This prototyping ability should be about equal to your own, if not a little above what you're capable of. So this should be the perfect way to test what it can really do. Well, if that's your reason. You sure this ain't some form of harassment? Of course not. Right. Erica, if you would.
Gladly.
What is she doing? What am I even watching here? That's Erica's success dance. She always does it before every big test or experiment.
Alrighty, I'm ready. Setup complete. I can't believe you still do that after all this time.
It's not like it actually has any practical effect either. If you look at all the data from the test she's done collectively, there's no difference in the odds of success whether she does it or not. Here, let me take care of that. Fire! As you can see, it's best to leave her alone when she gets all fired up like this. I'm feeling exhausted already. And we haven't even started yet. The first test is a simple race. You're going to be doing 3 laps of the course, and the first to the finish line wins. There are obstacles in the way too, just so you know. Be careful of those. Are you ready, Agate? Ready as I'll ever be. Let's get this started. I'm here for work, not play. So you are. Well, take your positions. Ready? Go! What just happened? It flew!
I'm sorry, Agate. But Mom told me I had to finish the race by jumping over the finish line all of a sudden.
I should have known. Mind you, it's not like jumping was against the rules of the race. And we wanted to collect the data from it too. I'd say you've only got yourself to blame for getting cocky, wouldn't you? Ugh. Huh? What are we doing now? This is a test of the orbal gear's precision. What I want you to do is place the 4 coloured drums on their drum cans on their corresponding tiles on the floor. It'll be harder than it looks. Don't assume this is going to be a snap. If I lose this, I'm never going to hear the end of how I'm a clumsy excuse for a human, am I? Alright, let's get started then. Begin! Piece of cake.
Wow, we got some excellent data out of that. Well done, Tita. You did a wonderful job operating it. The adjustments Dad made all the difference, really. His tuning of the actuators was perfect. I don't doubt that. He's always been good at handling these things. The arms have acceleration control now, too.
Man, was there even any point in me being here if you're just gonna ignore me? Well, that test was just about collecting data. It didn't really matter who won. Still, that's not true for the next one.
Now the real fun begins.
The last test we're going to be performing is a mock battle to test the Orbal Gear's overall capabilities. Take your positions, both of you.
Okay.
Got it.
We've been through this once before, but it bears repeating. Only aim for the Orbal Gear. If I find so much as a hair out of place on Tita, you will be very painfully executed on the spot.
I know. You don't need to keep stating the obvious. Are you ready? Yeah. Bring it on! Oh boy. I wonder how much this is gonna hurt. Okay, not too badly. If I World Rage, I want to see if I'm boned. Okay, instantly boned? Not instantly boned. Okay, cool. Whew. Oh, jerk. Ow. Yowza. Owie. Bloody heavy machine gun. Bloody missiles. Oh, slap plates, my beloved. Could she stand to, like, murder me a little less? Ow! Owie! Jesus! Ow! Ow! That wraps that up. You cheated! You totally cheated! Cheated how? You're full of shit. I am not. You used some kind of invisible special power. You must have. Like hell I did. Alright. Well, I think it's only fair to call this Agate's victory. That was the last of the tests, right? Request fulfilled then. My work here is done. Silly me. I nearly forgot, Dan. Didn't you say you wanted a one-on-one fight against this red-headed ruffian yesterday? Did I? Alright, I did. Cassius told me a little bit about him, so I'd like the opportunity at some point. What? I have a bad feeling about this. You're the best. Go, get your weapon. It doesn't necessarily have to be now. No, you're doing it now. No time to waste. Alright. I'll leave things here to you, Erica. Don't think this is going to be easy either. He might have been forced to retire because of an injury, but he's still very strong. He's the one who taught Cassius the basics of fighting with the staff 10 years ago, even. Seriously? Cassius then went on to perfect the art of using one to fight himself, admittedly. But that should give you an idea of just how strong my awesome hubby is, surely. Now I really don't want to back down. Hey, wait a sec. The tests are over. My work's done. Why am I stuck doing another completely unrelated fight? Your work's not done until I say it is, bucko. Oh yeah, while we're waiting for Dan, I need to check Tita hasn't gotten any injuries. Because if she has, you know what's gonna happen. Come on down, Tita. What's wrong, sweetie? I kinda can't. Some weird errors come up, and I don't know what to do. Huh? What's going on? Oh, no. No. Damn it, no! No matter what commands I try to give it, it just won't respond. Cut it down, Tita. I can't. It won't do anything I tell it to. Hey, what's going on here? Explain this in a way I can understand. Oh, crap. Tita, what's going on? Have you lost control of it? Agate, Run! So, the rogue orbal gear is pretty much the same as the first time. It's a lot faster. Boy. Spiral Edge is basically the way you have to do this. Smoke missiles, cool. If that's not going to shift its prio, I'll just heal. Ow. Why do bone hurt? Why the machine gun for me? Ow! Please stop that. I said stop. I can't afford to move up to it either, so I just have to wait. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's better. Duh. Gotta heal. Ow, my bones. Ah, Jesus. Could at least pretend you're not trying to murder me. Good God. Yeah, that ain't particularly good. Please work. Okay, cool. You doing okay? I've stopped it moving. Come on out.
I can't. The seatbelt's stuck.
Damn it.
Thank goodness. Huh? Tita!
Ugh. Dan. Still going for Best Dad Award. Just in the nick of time. Are you two okay?
Tita and I are fine, but... Oh... Agate!
Oh.
No. This is all my fault. All because of me, you... I'm so sorry. I was causing you nothing but trouble with my selfishness. If I just kept quiet, none of this would have happened. It's all my fault. All of it. If I hadn't said I wanted to get closer to Ren. I knew I couldn't really do anything for her. I knew this was just for my own satisfaction. This wasn't what I wanted to happen at all. I swear this wasn't what I was trying to do by getting involved in this project. But...
Ugh. Give it a rest, will you? My head's pounding enough without you crying.
Oh, Agate?
It'll take more than that to finish me off. I figured you knew that. Ugh. Damn, though. That thing packs a punch. I'm lucky I was able to block the brunt of the impact with my sword. If I hadn't, I'd probably have a date with the goddess right about now. Hey, I said I'm fine, alright? This is nothing. So stop your crying, alright?
But this is all because of me. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I quit. So...
Don't you dare give up, Tita!
What?
You heard me. Don't you dare just throw in the towel over something this small. You want to get closer to Ren, right? You want to understand her better, right? Then try and do it. Don't just give up at the first hurdle you come across.
Even when you get hurt?
I've had a worthless 10 years, Tita. I'm not gonna deny that. But there was one thing I could never bring myself to do, and that was to throw this away. Never. But that's fine. Because this is why I'm the bracer that I am now. Plenty of folks have things they become such a big part of them. They can't bear to throw them away or leave them behind. Things that no matter how much they try to forget, they just can't. And I've got something like that. And I'm pretty sure you found something like that too. Don't you?
He's right. I really do. Agate, I changed my mind. I won't give up. I don't have time to stand around crying, not when I've got things I need to do. I think about what I can do, and I'm gonna do it. Because just like your bracer, I'm now a researcher.
Really now?
Agate?
It's nothing. What's with the faces?
It's all starting to make sense now.
See? I told you. He's rude, he's thick-headed, he's got all the tact of a wrench to the groin. But there's promise in him, that there is.
The preparations for it aren't quite finished. But I think it's time we get to the second phase of testing our red-headed friend right away.
The hell are you talking about?
It looks like I underestimated you, Agate. Tita seems to have come out of this unharmed just as you promised.
Yeah.
I'd like you to come over to our house this evening.
Huh? I thought coming over for dinner was why I was here in Zeiss to begin with.
You'll be more than welcome.
What's going on with him all of a sudden?
Agate, thank you very much again for earlier. You ended up having to protect me again.
It's fine, it doesn't bother me. Still, sorry, but I think I'm gonna have to pass on dinner.
Today we're having a hot pot full of mushrooms and wild plants, and a soup with lots of seaweed. Mom and Dad finally seem to understand you better too, so this should be really fun. Now we get to enjoy a nice hot pot together.
Oh, right. I can hardly wait.
So that's what it was. I can't believe I didn't notice that when I was doing the final checks. This is all my fault. We don't know that for sure yet, Tita. Let's not jump to conclusions. No good comes from blaming yourself or feeling responsible before we know if you even had anything to do with it. Okay. Still.
Ugh! Where the hell does hammer come from? What's wrong with this place?
Huh? That sounded like Agate. Really? Probably just your imagination. Maybe. That reminds me, he should be here any minute now. I better go and warm up the food.
Whoa! Where'd a bunch of lances pop out of the ground? Erika? I think the lances may have been overdoing it a tad. At least stick with concealed holes in the ground, won't you? Ah! How long are we looking
looking at before he's able to make it here, might I ask? I was hoping to take this chance to have a man-to-man talk with him. That only the goddess knows. Seems like he's putting up a good fight. But make no mistake, Agate Crashner. Our testing process has only just begun. Side story Orbal Gear Project Part 2 finished. Tita learned the S-Craft Orbal Gear. What does that do, you might be asking yourself? Well, I think we have our good friend Mr. Skellybob to show that off. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Would you like to die? You notice that Orbal Gear is just a special craft. Not an S-Craft. 20 CP. It gives the status Mount Orbal Gear. Gives you plus 100% HP, plus 20 strength and defense. Removes accessory effects, but nulls many ailments.
Come on, everyone.
Oh yeah! So, the Orbal Gear. You can climb out to go back to Tita as Cannon Baby. Orbal Gear also doesn't have any arts, which is the one reason why you might want to be Cannon Baby. But it has the Craft's Charge, which inflicts Feint 20% of the time, Smoke Missiles, which blind, and Bullet Barrage. Yeah. So, with that all done, I think it is about time to wrap up stream. We're about 4 hours in. That was ridiculously long, but thank you for sticking with me through it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Obviously, like I said at the start of the stream, comments, likes, things, all move me up in the algorithm. Feel free to ask any questions you may want to ask in the comments. I will get to them when I can. And just thoughts on the playthrough, things like that. Anything you might like to see. And outside of that, I hope you guys stay safe. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.